I don't need them. Why? Fuck me. Like, I started in the game at a very early age because I was surrounded by the boxing gyms and all that community, and it's a very promiscuous space. I've had a fucking phenomenal career doing degeneracy and all that stuff in terms of the sexual pursuits. I don't want to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? I've learned the lesson. I've learned what I'm going to do in life and how I want to carry myself. And I don't want to carry myself like that.
Yeah.
So just being able to go out on a date with a beautiful, elegant Russian girl, and she's beautiful, she's elegant, she's just not the girl for me. But to be able to go out there and not have any thoughts about just trying to sleep with this girl is a beautiful place to be, because it allows me to have the power in my life. As soon as you want to pursue a woman sexually, you hand away the power to the woman. Because now she controls your destiny. I don't like anyone controlling my destiny.
Women, going back to your point, okay? Women are born with their value. Okay, men have to create their value, right?
Absolutely.
And what's, you can put that in the door.
Yeah.
And you can and our value is financial because you can measure it, right? You can't measure how much of a gentleman he is, right? So, thank you so much. See you next time. All right, bye. Next week, bye. So obviously women want a more high valued man compared to a low valued man because, they're not dumb. But if you get lost in this woman chasing thing, you actually devalue yourself, right? So they want you to give them attention. They want, hey, give me attention, let's go on dates. But they don't realize that by you doing that, you're actually devaluing. So
they realize. They absolutely realize.
They know what they're doing. They do it on purpose.
Of course, because it's all a test. You're being tested at every level of the game.
Oh, wow. So they lose respect for you by being readily available.
So a woman will test your availability. And if you are too available to her, she will no longer be attracted to you. But she'll test your availability. And she'll also test you in your power to see whether you will bend to her will. And if you bend to her will, she'll also lose respect for you. So these are all tests that are women of any level. You have to be the most intelligent women to understand these tests. They're born with these tests already built in with them. They're just making these tests all the time. And some of them at the younger age might not know why they lose interest, but this is absolutely why they do.
Do they do it subconsciously?
Well,
I don't feel like they will do it consciously. Like, let me see if I can test him.
Yeah, I would say it's probably a 60-40 scenario where I'd say like 60% of them are doing it consciously, and about 40% probably do it unconsciously until they know how to do it consciously. But absolutely, there's not a woman on this planet that isn't testing you at all times. At all times.
Damn.
You're being tested at all times. And every day of your life, when you are dating a woman, you have to make her fall in love with you again. Because women do not remember what you did for her yesterday. She only remembers what you're doing for her in this moment and on from that.
Yeah, 100% I agree. I mean, if you look at an extreme scenario, let's say you're a good husband, great husband, provide everything, never forget a birthday, holidays, everything, blah, blah, blah. Extreme scenario, but you cheat and you get caught, right?
As a man,
she's always going to remember he's a piece of shit cheater. But she forgets all the good things. For 20 years, I've had such a good time with him. He's been such a great dad. But never forgot a birthday.
But any form of cheating, whether she cheats or you cheat, that doesn't happen that day. That happened 1% buy-in over a period of days, right?
Okay.
So if a woman is to cheat on you as a man, that didn't happen yesterday when she cheated. She started to lose respect for you a long time before she decided to ever cheat.
Correct.
So what I'm saying is that is why the most important thing for a man to have, you need to make her fall in love with you every day again. Otherwise you're fucked. Because if she's not falling in love with you every day again, guess what she's doing? She's falling out of love with you, which leads to the cheating. That is the whole psychology play. Like, you never ever have a woman. You have to make her choose you, essentially. You don't have her. She could just go off and choose someone else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's the ability of a woman. Because the kind of women that me and you would date, they wouldn't be ugly women. They'd be very beautiful, very articulate, very well put together.
Yeah.
Of course. So we have to obviously we have to step up and understand our value. But again, essentially, we've got to make them fall in love with us every day, otherwise we're fucked.
Yeah. Have you had a big heartbreak?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How long
Yeah,
were you there for?
I've had a couple of heartbreaks.
Okay. Does the second one get easier?
I've had three. I've had three, and I'll tell you how they've changed my life. All three of them. The first heartbreak I had was back in 2013. I broke up with an Italian girl, and I'd just been away to Ibiza for like 11 days with the boys, completely like avoided every woman known to man, and then got back from Ibiza, and she ended a relationship with me, right?
Okay.
Now, I'd kind of decided on that holiday that I really wanted to go to Australia, but I thought I can't because I got a missus. I kind of think it was like God's plan, so to speak. But basically, that breakup transformed my life because it made me go to Australia and change my world and do that. So that was the first breakup that really impacted me but led me on to going to Australia and everything I did there. The second breakup, I was dating this beautiful girl in Australia, Indian Australian girl, and you know, it was just, I think we were triggering each other. I was unhealed in certain parts of my life where I hadn't felt loved as a child by my mother at the time, and that all those feelings were coming up, and she had felt unloved by her dad, and you get those two combined, that's match and mirror. We just triggered each other all over the shop, and it was super toxic and up, down, breakups, this, that, and the other, involved other people at certain points. It was fucking the world's biggest car crash going, and that started to teach me that, you know, anybody who goes into anything unhealed is going to have a massive problem in this world, right? So I really got into like the healing, the breath work, the meditation, the spiritual stuff, and that took me to a whole different level. And then what happened is what I call the final piece of my puzzle over the years when it comes to women in relationships, which now makes me believe that I'm ready to be able to accept the right one into my life, was the latest one that I broke up with taught me boundaries, right? And like I said, she's a beautiful American girl with like, you know, Puerto Rican mum, Colombian dad. You can imagine, 15 out of 10. I loved her to bits. Like, I loved her to bits.
Did you love her the most out of all of them?
Yeah. I really wanted to like her to be my wife, had to have my children. She, you know, I'm a 36-year-old man. Now I was 35 at the time. She was 23, probably a bit too young at the time. I didn't even think of that. She came across real mature. What I realized that I did in that moment was she had been listening to my podcast. So she understood at a deep psychological level what I was looking for, right? Well, she played the character of what I was looking for at the start and proper love bombed me. And I fell for the character version of herself that she couldn't deliver in reality, right?